I got to see and play the final Season 2 early, and oh wow, they really blew it out of the park here. So here is everything new and everything that you need to know about the upcoming season. Let's get into the obvious things first, starting with the loadouts and the classes. First off, the finals does not only have 1, but 3 new weapons this season. Light now has the 93R, which is a 3-shot burst fire pistol with a pretty sizable amount of damage. It wasn't too hard to control, and the TTK could be compared somewhere between a MP5 and maybe a V9S. Medium receives the new FAMAS burst AR, which is also fairly easy to control and comes with some pretty smooth animations. That being said, all things considered, I'd probably still run the AK or the FCAR over the FAMAS due to its damage and the fact that the FCAR actually has a sight on it. And of course, Heavy received the KS-23 slug shotgun. Shooting this bad boy fires a projectile slug over a very long range. Oh dear god. Okay. That deals 120 damage per shot on close range with some fall off. It sort of feels and handles like the 1887 shotgun that's available for medium, but in my opinion the projectile makes it really hard to remain consistent, so use it at your own risk. In addition to that, we're also seeing new abilities for every class, all focused around a hacker playstyle. Light now has the Gateway gadget. This nifty thing allows you to place 2 portals up to 70 meters away from each other. You can enter the portal by hitting the use key on it. It can take you both ways between the 2 portals and can be used both by teammates and enemies alike until it eventually despawns after a period of time. Most importantly, the Gateway will retain any momentum that you had as you entered it, and you can even fire projectiles or throw things through it to have them fly out on the other side. Medium actually receives 2 abilities this season, the first one being the Dematerializer specialization. This ability has 3 charges and can remove a piece of a wall, a prop, or a piece of cover that's in the way. Any dematerialized prop can then be rematerialized by using the secondary fire key by any medium player, no matter what team they're on. Personally, I'm super happy to see this one because this will allow me to start ice fishing as a medium. In fact, not only can I now ice fish as a medium, but I can instantly close the gap up the second I get a kill too. The dematerializer takes the place of the recon sensors that appear to be out this season, but more on that later. Medium also got the Data Reshaper gadget, and this thing is insane. Using the Data Reshaper on any object such as a prop or a barrel or even grenades will turn it into something completely different. In case of barrels, it will change the type of barrel that you are looking at, and if you use it on an enemy active grenade or gadget, it will turn it into something harmless, like say a flower pot. The gadget will disarm a grenade or RPG that's headed your way as they are mid-air. It even will reshape enemy domes or barricades. The Data Reshaper can reshape several objects at the same time as long as they're close enough together. These medium gadgets could not come soon enough, especially seeing as we'll be starting off this season's streams by soloing to Diamond by only playing medium. As for Heavy, they now have the Anti-Gravity Cube, and when thrown, the Anti-Gravity Cube will create sort of an elevator that can cause any loose objects above it to start floating upwards. Players inside of this elevator will gradually float upwards until they eventually float out of it using their movement keys. The anti-gravity field will retain any momentum that you have when entering it, so if you're flying into it or jumping upwards, you will go that same very direction until you actually leave the elevator. The anti-gravity will also pick up things such as a cash out, if you want to move it somewhere else. We're also seeing a lot of changes to loadouts, gadgets, and classes as we know them. As for the lights build, they now have access to the tracking dart and the sonar grenade, while losing access to the motion sensor. As for medium, they lose access to recon sensors as I mentioned earlier, as well as the sonar grenade and the tracking dart, meaning that for the first time ever, medium is the only class without any recon or scanning abilities. But that's not the only huge balance changes to medium either. As a quality of life change, the healing beam now shows an icon whenever a teammate needs healing and is within range, and you are aiming close enough to actually have the heal start. The defibrillator also saw a huge nerf where defibrillating a teammate no longer instantly revives them. Instead, it will act as a hands-free revive, and the person being revived is stuck in one place waiting for that revive to finish, while showing a very visible model alerting the enemies that a revive is about to go off. Thankfully, there's a long grace period after the revive where you can't get killed, but it's definitely a lot weaker than the defibrillator that we have seen so far, which is good. And as for Heavy, they can now use the motion sensor, in addition to some pretty big nerfs as well. The Louis gun recoil feels a lot stronger with more horizontal recoil, the RPG feels a lot slower and bulkier to aim down sights with and to use, and most importantly, the C4 can only be carried one at a time. In fact, the C4 and nukes are seeing a huge change this season. As I said, the C4 can now only be stacked one at a time, but there also seems to have been some changes made to the weight nerf that we saw in previous seasons, where you now kind of can attach a C4 to a green or orange barrel for a decent amount of airtime. But if you try sticking the C4 to a red barrel, as soon as you start throwing it or let go of it, it will instantly spin out the second it leaves your hands and just fly all over the place. In addition to that, C4 placed on a prop doesn't seem to be primed until it actually leaves your hands, meaning that you cannot activate the C4 up until almost 2 or so seconds after it's actually been thrown. So after some initial attempts, it's safe to say that nukes are finally dead. Initial testing showed that some weapons also felt a bit different, but I didn't have enough time to give them the proper test other than noting that some weapons, such as the CL40 and the FCAR, felt different to use. Though I couldn't exactly figure out whether the FCAR felt better because of any change to the gun or the game just running better. The preview build was super smooth compared to the live build that I played on the day prior, and I'm hoping that the live patch on the 14th will be just as good when the new season drops. Also, gas damage has now been revamped to where instead of only doing a steady 10 damage per tick, that damage now ramps up and deals escalating damage per tick after a few initial ticks. This makes it harder to sustain and heal through, though I didn't really have enough time to test just how much harder it'll be to pull off. Another quality of life change that I noticed is that your dead teammates now have a progress bar on top of their skull in the UI when you're looking at them, which now shows how much time they have left until they can coin. And of course, one of my favorite quality of life changes is something that I've been complaining about since forever. Grenade trajectories are finally accurate. Even better, all grenade trajectories now show this cool little sparkly ball at the very end of the trajectory to show you where in the trajectory they will blow up. No more guessing where the grenade will blow up or being misled by a completely inaccurate trajectory. We also notice a change to how ziplines handle. They seem a lot faster and responsive compared to the old build, but I need to do more testing before I can explain how. And these changes all feel great, but it's just the beginning. Embark actually assured us that some balance changes hadn't made it into the testing build, so there are going to be more balance changes on the horizon, or I might just not have found them, that we have to wait for until the official patch notes to actually learn about. I will be covering those as well in an upcoming video, so make sure that you hit the subscribe button not to miss it. But don't click out just yet, we're not done. There is so much more to go through. Other than the loadouts, there's also the new map, Cis Horizon. This hacker-themed map looks absolutely gorgeous with unique destruction effects in more of a retro hacker style, and from initial playtesting, the map does feel pretty tight with a lot of corridors and floors, so we'll probably start seeing some pretty crazy action. In addition to that, there's also the new game mode Power Shift. This casual 5v5 game mode has two teams fighting over a platform that slowly traverses across the traditional maps you can find in the finals, destroying entire buildings, basically anything in its wake. Whichever team controls the platform by standing on it has the platform move towards a goal. The more members, the faster it goes, and if no victor is decided by the end of the game's timer, it turns into a 4-minute sudden death, which ends the second there are only players from one team standing on the platform who then win. The mode feels super hectic and incredibly fun. And also, as opposed to Bankit, Quick Cash, or even tournaments, you can change your build and any piece of your loadout at any point in the game mode, which lets you counter-strat the enemy or keep just having fun by running all sorts of wacky loadouts. We're also receiving private matches. At the time of rolling out, the player can invite between 6 to 12 players to join them on a private Quick Cash or Bankit lobby. The only downside is that you need a minimum of 6 players to start that lobby, though Embark is planning to expand the feature farther down the line. There's also a new tutorial experience, which is a huge step up compared to the Season 1 tutorial, with some more or less real game examples to help bring the player into the game. Quickly going through the settings also shows us that we are getting auto sprint with an additional option to set a custom auto sprint trigger delay. The new Battle Pass skins and all of the skins for Season 2 look absolutely stunning with a cool looking hacker retro type of look. We're also seeing an update to ranked play. While there wasn't too much information given to us other than that there will be more skill-based than the one we have now, we could see that there will be 8 placement matches at the start of a season, probably to calibrate your rank. The game will use a hidden elo system, and for this reason you won't be able to actually see your fame points, which is intentional by Embark to avoid having the players figuring out how to abuse it. I'm super excited for the future of this game. I'm definitely going to pick up the Solo to Diamond Challenge the second that the new season drops, so make sure that you have tuned into my stream on twitch.tv/Ottr once that starts. But in the meantime, enjoy this one banger cash out game showcasing the new light gameplay experience and one game of Power Shift.
Our contestants must be getting to know each other's strengths and weaknesses because we've got our first elimination.
Hold on to your Azult bucket hats. Brought to you by Azult.
I got point, I'm gonna go B.
The shotgun. Grab the catch box.
Sweating in there. Piggy that way. are you finding that pistol?
It's okay.
I don't think I like this Clama's new one.
The ultra rares will need to reboot. Team wiped.
I'm sure they're hoping those wipes will be few and far between.
Oh, what? Okay. That's crazy.
Astonishing reversal just now from the shock.
Oh, we're back. We're back. We're so back.
Exactly what the Jet Setters
The nerf defib, I think.
Yeah, it took forever. Did you see that?
Yeah, it actually showed a thing on the screen.
Double triple.
Oh, it isn't. That has to be such a pain in the ass to kill. Jesus. All right.
Can you shoot that? Do you
That's a
think?
blow to the Jet Setters. Team wiped.
No, not idea. Alright, we need to teleport Warhugger here.
Oh, yeah,
Wait, we're fucking off.
The Jet Setters have
Oh,
respawned.
I got from above. Nice.
Cash out set in motion for the ultra rares.
Oh, I thought it was, okay.
I was gonna heal.
For the ultra. A new vault just appeared. Let's see who grabs that cash.
Is this the winner?
Easy. It's like a million people.
I'm at vault for it. War, how long's left in your,
Just respawning here.
Tracking darts operational.
No, like I can't get used to this new weapon
Contestant is
Clamas.
collecting
It's
eliminations
just
one
weird.
after another.
I can
Placing
imagine.
a gateway.
Like I can't kill it.
Shock and awe.
I'm gonna try that light that headshot.
On me, on
Contestant
me.
is really cutting through the competition.
The Jet Setters are re-engaging.
We can get points, we'll get points.
Complete team wipe for the ultra rares.
An unwanted and an unwanted turn of events, Scotty.
First gateway going out.
Fantastic steal by the shock and awe.
Use this
We've
gateway.
got the shock and awe at the helm.
Alright, hold them there.
Tracking darts operational.
Big.
I'm over above us.
After what seems like forever, our contestant
behind you
finally
somewhere.
calms down.
My bad, yeah.
What a lovely display of destruction. The Jet Setters grab the cash box.
Oh, it glitched.
I'll try and get you.
Tracking them down. A hidden surprise.
Less than a minute remaining. Now is the time for our contestants to ramp it up.
A contestant is moving from elimination.
You need to get the point or you're gonna lose.
Placing a gateway. First gateway
Guy
going
on
out.
the zip line. There, pinged him. I'm gonna go to the point, I'm gonna go to the point.
Tracking them down.
I'm just keeping Piggy out of the game. And this guy.
We just entered the last 30
Did you get the point? You did.
I'm on point, but
On you.
Tracking darts operational. Smoke down.
it. Try and get a point.
I got it. I'm not getting it. Oh, I didn't notice. Oh, we got it. 10 second. No.
Unbelievable determination from the competitors.
All good, all good. There, in the middle.
Okay, you definitely didn't pay attention.
I definitely did.
Stands unclaimed out there. Certainly beforehand, so perhaps they're just a bit shy.
Dematerializing.
Found an OP spot. Oh my god, that is OP. You can sit in the corner of the pit.
And things are heating up as both teams make a move for the
Wait,
platform.
surely this is good for heavy, right?
What's that?
Like, being on this point, if you're alive.
Yeah, I'm a medium, but yeah. The F-car feels good. Like, really good. Much better than the FAMAS, at least. But then again, I'm a one trick.
Deploying jump pad. Moving down there now.
A contestant is dishing out some destruction. Good riddance.
Like, how many people...
But the more you have, the better.
See this fast, like, more people
Dude,
than-
my aim feels so good. On this map, I don't get it.
Oh my god, I just hit a dirty shot.
I'm really sussing these guys, I'm not gonna lie. Like, not that they're cheating, it's just... Are they real players? I don't know, it could be game journalists.
No, but I don't see these guys. Where are they? I haven't seen a single person.
They've started their run.
Oh, they're just beaming people across the map.
It's perfect.
Ooh, what? Yeah,
Whoa! Oh my god!
the platform's like, wait, is the platform just stuck? I think I did not move there, okay.
New owners in the
Trying new team stuff. Not bad.
And there it is. The Retros grab control, pushing toward their base.
Is there a way to test, I hope you all enjoyed the video and are as excited for Season 2 as I am. Thank you all for watching. Thank you so much to Embark for inviting me to participate. And I'll see you all tomorrow with more content for the new season. Peace out.